Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn your post notifications so you don't miss any of our new videos. And now let's get right into it. Don't ever let me smell another man on you, kitten. He pinned me up against the wall, holding my hands above my head. You are mine, only mine. Rafael Santiago Montez, heir to the Montez Mafia. On the streets, he's known as the Shiv, deadly with his hands and even deadlier with a blade in them. He is not the one to F***K with. Isadora Fiorella Cortez, a feisty little newcomer that has just applied to work for a strip club called the Silver Paw. Little does she know that not only is her boss panty dropping hot, but he's in the mafia. Tables take a turn when she bumps into him on her first night working as a server. Get ready for this thrilling story, Isadora Fiorella. Cortez nervously adjusted her black lace bralette as she stood backstage at the Silver Paw, a dimly lit strip club known for its provocative performances. The air was filled with a mix of anticipation and excitement as the dancers prepared for the evening's shows. Isadora, a newcomer to the world of exotic dancing, had just applied for a job as a server and was eager to make a living in this unconventional line of work. Unbeknownst to her, fate had a different plan in store. As Isadora stepped out onto the club floor, clad in a seductive cocktail dress that hugged her curves, she found herself inadvertently crossing paths with a man who exuded danger and power. Rafael Santiago Montez, known on the streets as the Shiv, was the heir to the Montez Mafia, a notorious criminal organization with a reputation for ruthlessness. With a swift and assertive movement, Rafael pinned Isadora against the wall, his strong hands firmly holding her wrists above her head. The intensity in his dark eyes sent shivers down her spine. Don't ever let me smell another man on you, kitten, he growled, his voice laced with possessiveness. You are mine, only mine. Isadora's heart raced as she realized the gravity of the situation. The man who held her captive was not just her boss. He was a deadly force within the criminal underworld. The allure of danger mixed with the undeniable attraction she felt for Rafael created a complex web of emotions within her. As days turned into nights, Isadora found herself entangled in a thrilling and treacherous world she never could have imagined. The Silver Paw became a battleground where loyalty and desire clashed. Isadora became privy to the inner workings of the Montez Mafia, witnessing Rafael's lethal skills with both his hands and the blade he wielded with deadly precision. Caught between the allure of Rafael's power and her own desire for independence, Isadora faced difficult choices. She needed to navigate the treacherous waters of the Mafia while keeping her identity and desires intact. The lines between duty, love, and self-preservation blurred as she delved deeper into Rafael's dangerous world. With each passing day, Isadora grew stronger, both physically and mentally, embracing her own resilience and resourcefulness. She learned to trust her instincts and harness her sensuality as a means of survival. As her relationship with Rafael evolved, she discovered that beneath his hardened exterior lay a man tormented by his own demons, torn between his obligations as a mafia heir and his growing affection for Isadora. In this thrilling story of love, danger, and self-discovery, Isadora must navigate the dangerous dance between the love she feels for Rafael and the risks that come with being involved with the Montez Mafia. As the stakes rise and alliances are tested, Isadora's journey will take her to the edge of her limits, forcing her to confront the true nature of her desires. and the sacrifices she's willing to make for her own freedom, and the love she has found in the midst of chaos. Isadora Cortez, now fully immersed in Rafael Santiago Montez's dangerous world, found herself grappling with the conflicting emotions swirling within her. She was drawn to Rafael's commanding presence and the undeniable chemistry that crackled between them. But the weight of his mafia connections and the violence that surrounded him weighed heavily on her conscience. As Isadora continued to work at the Silver Paw, she became privy to the intricate web of alliances and rivalries that defined the Montez Mafia. She witnessed the brutal consequences of betrayal and the lengths Rafael would go to protect his family's legacy. The club, once a place of allure and excitement, became a backdrop for power struggles and clandestine deals. Despite the danger that lurked around every corner, Isadora refused to be a passive observer in this treacherous world. She honed her skills, both as a dancer and a server, using her wit and charm to gather information that could be valuable to Rafael. With each passing day, she grew bolder, playing her own dangerous game of survival while treading the fine line between loyalty and self-preservation. As Isadora's relationship with Rafael deepened, she discovered that he was not merely the cold-hearted enforcer he portrayed himself to be. Beneath his hardened exterior, there were glimpses of vulnerability and a desire for something more than the life he had been born into. Isadora became his confidant, offering him solace and understanding in a world that demanded cruelty and brutality. Their connection ignited a fierce passion that defied the boundaries of their circumstances. In the darkness of night, away from prying eyes, they found solace in each other's arms, their love becoming a sanctuary amidst the chaos. But the ever-present threat of betrayal loomed over their heads, reminding them of the fragility of their newfound happiness. As Isadora navigated the complexities of her relationship with Rafael, she also faced the challenges of her own growth and self-discovery. She began to question her own desires and aspirations, torn between the allure of Rafael's power and her own dreams of freedom and independence. The choices she made would not only determine her own fate, but also have far-reaching consequences for those she cared about. In this thrilling story of love, danger, and self-realization, Isadora Cortez finds herself forced to confront her own limits and reconcile her desires with the harsh realities of the mafia world. With each twist and turn, she must rely on her strength, resilience, and the love she shares with Rafael to navigate the treacherous path laid before her. As the story unfolds, Isadora's journey will test her in ways she never could have imagined. Will she succumb to the seductive allure of Rafael's power and become entangled in the darkness that surrounds him? Or will she find the strength to forge her own path, breaking free from the clutches of the mafia and carving out a future where love and freedom can coexist? Only time will tell, as Isadora embraces her destiny and fights for a life that is truly her own. In the midst of the swirling chaos and uncertainty, Isadora Cortez found herself at a crossroads. She had fallen deeply in love with Rafael Santiago Montez, the enigmatic heir to the Montez Mafia, but she could no longer ignore the toll that his dangerous lifestyle was taking on her own well-being. Haunted by the constant threat of violence and the fear of losing herself in the shadowy world of organized crime, Isadora made a bold decision. She chose to confront Rafael, laying her heart bare and expressing her need for a life free from the suffocating grip of the Mafia. Rafael, though torn between his love for Isadora and the responsibility he carried as the future leader of the Montez family, recognized the weight of her words. He too longed for a life beyond the confines of the Mafia, where they could be together without the constant fear of bloodshed and betrayal. With their hearts aligned, Isadora and Rafael embarked on a daring plan to escape the clutches of the Montez Mafia. They knew that it would not be an easy journey, as they would be hunted relentlessly by those who sought to keep the family's secrets buried. But their love and determination burned bright, fueling their resolve to forge a new path. In the dead of night, Isadora and Rafael slipped away from the Silver Paw, leaving behind the life they had known. They wandered the darkened streets, seeking refuge and allies who could help them disappear into the shadows. Trust was a rare commodity in their world, but they found solace in the few loyal souls who saw beyond the superficial veneer of power and recognized their shared desire for freedom. As they eluded the Montez Mafia's relentless pursuit, Isadora and Rafael forged a bond that went beyond mere romantic love. They became each other's pillars of strength, supporting and protecting one another in a world that seemed intent on tearing them apart. Their determination to break free from their past and create a future on their own terms became an unbreakable force. Together, they navigated the treacherous underworld, constantly on the move, evading danger at every turn. They encountered unexpected allies and dangerous adversaries, testing their resolve and bonds of trust. But through it all, Isadora and Rafael remained steadfast, fueled by their shared dream of a life without violence and oppression. Their journey was not without sacrifice. They lost friends along the way, and the scars of their past etched deep into their souls. But with every trial they faced, Isadora and Rafael grew stronger, their love becoming a beacon of hope that guided them through the darkest of nights. Finally, after many harrowing months, Isadora and Rafael found sanctuary in a remote corner of the world. They built a new life together, far away from the reach of the Montez Mafia and the suffocating grip of their old identities. In this newfound freedom, they embraced the simple joys of love and peace, cherishing every moment as if it were a precious gift. The story of Isadora Cortez and Rafael Santiago Montez is a testament to the strength of love and the power within each individual to shape their own destiny. It is a tale of resilience, courage, and the unwavering belief that even in the darkest of circumstances, one can find light. And as Isadora and Rafael basked in the serenity of their new life, they knew that their journey had been worth every sacrifice, for it had led them to a love that was truly their own.